and a running left that was comparable to Mundaka, 917 for a wave that kept on giving. And now we have quarterfinal number 4 just getting started. Australia versus South Africa. Ethan Ewing versus Jordy Smith. He finished runner-up in the world just last year. First wave of the matchup underway. Jordy Smith outpositions Ewing but goes straight down.
Yeah, going a little bit too lateral on that coping right there.
At cloud break to make the Lexus WSL finals. Snapping off the top is Jordy Smith. Little open face hook on a small insider, but still aggressive off the coping. He'll try to find a little reform on the inside section. Redirects it one more time, so really engaged on a smaller wave there, but might be looking for a board change. The guy in charge of the equipment for Jordy, right there on screen, is Father Graham Smith looking on from the Red Bull Athlete Zone.
This is the smallest wave he had a little bit ago. First turn, nice. The wave's just very flat. Gets vertical right there. It's pretty impressive, the skills of Jordy being that tall and that heavy on small wave surfing. Obviously, growing up in dirt.
He falls or makes mistakes, and now it's go time for the Australian. Catching up to the tail end of that one, but now getting on the board. Moment as we'll see the takeoff here, Jesse.
Yeah, I think you call it great, Joe. That was a beautiful release off that first turn, but once again, the wave on the smaller side, I think he's trying to probably figure out his equipment, and he doesn't want to sit down. He wants to build on the scores and keep applying pressure into Ethan, but I think those waves that he chose were a little bit on the smaller sides and not enough scoring potential for him to actually maximize, because you don't expect Ethan to, in the next 15 or 16 minutes, not get a couple of three-point rides, you know. But that was a beautiful backside tail blow right there from him. Not the typical nose pick, but more of a drivey type of blow tail with lots of spray out the back, and Ethan up and riding.
Ethan up and out. Before this quarterfinal started, Ethan had only had 6 waves scored by the judges. He's just so efficient. Caught 4 waves in the opening round, and one of them was on his way in, but still counted as a number. Rolling in with Ethan Ewing, last year's world runner-up, with a cool slice back into the pocket, belts the lip into his third maneuver, tracking back into the power source. As this thing now is going a bit off speed, real full on the inside corner, but some cool hooks from start to finish. Numbers so far, hoping for a 5.83 for the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and that's the difference that I was saying that Ethan's going to have. Look how much rail engaged throughout that turn. Getting vertical right there. Able to cut a little bit shorter and get vertical on only that little pocket that he was able to find. And that wave kind of died out after, but it was a well-surfed wave for him. But they still haven't found a wave substance that had 2 critical sections, and maybe this is it.
Much bigger turn for Jordy Smith, and getting to the end section early to get out there to safety for the completion. A veteran-type move, just understanding the scoring that's been unfolding so far. The athletes building now. This was Jordy's wave.
Yeah, I love how smart Jordy was. Nice spray turn right there, and right here, getting in early. Obviously, there's way more risk when he hit the lip, but he doesn't need that right now. He identifies that the wave had quality and had 2 big sections compared to everything else that those surfers got. And he was just smart surfed the wave, and that's just show how much maturity. But look at that beautiful bottom turn. Bringing the board all the way around. And right here, he cuts the bottom turn short. Gets in early, drives through that turn. Critical section, a lot of curve on that wave, and comes out clean. And this is what it takes.
Sawyer Lindblad taking on Tatiana Weston Webb. Coming up next, here comes Ethan Ewing. Vertical snap. Wave getting full, sets up the wrapping turn. Bowling up on the inside. Has some speed to wrap through the top turn section and shuts it down. Fluid motion from one of the best styles on tour. And the man from North Stradbroke Island in Australia. Of strategy than what we've seen in the earlier rounds, Jesse. How'd you like this one?
Yeah, this was clutch for Ethan because that was just a moment for him to answer it back. First turn was very critical and vertical. The wave really kind of had a few ribs on the downtime. Transition was hard to manage, but he finished it off strong. As you see right here, this first bottom turn, getting it very vertical, bringing it all the way around, coming out at speed, and then the wave gets flat right here as you see it. He has to kind of wiggle around, always keeping the board on rail. That's how he generates speed. See it right there once again, driving through those fins and generating speed, and finish it off strong. This is going to be a nice score for Ethan. My personal opinion, obviously.
Very consistent, rarely falling. Kind of started on the back foot with a couple of misreads just on wave selection. Got himself back in with a 4-4, then a 5-3-3. Still isn't chasing too much. Now Jordy's going to let him go. Ewing up and out. Nice lead from Jordy. He's able to hang on to priority. Less time on the clock. Snakes frustrated. Now we're going to run out the clock. Jordy will use priority on this wave. He might take a little snap and a glance at the next opportunity. We're into the countdown. Ethan will take off and stand straight as the horn already went off. Jordy Smith gets his first win. Jordy Smith, congratulations. You're moving on into the semifinals to take on the defending event champ Iago Dora, his second semifinal of the season.
That's it, Kaipo. Congratulations, Jordy Smith. You're into the semifinals. How is it for you to compete against Ethan in this heat in such an important moment for both of you?
It's difficult. I mean, we both know what's on the line. And yeah, the conditions are really tricky. Obviously, the wind's a lot better today, but just finding those right waves are really kind of the task. We're both backside surfers, both internationals, so equally the crowd was going to go for us no matter what. But yeah, now I've got Iago in the next heat. He's obviously Brazilian. The crowd's going to be going crazy, crowd favorite. And yeah, I've just got to keep swinging and hopefully it's enough.
And after watching these two super tight heats before yours, how did you make up your strategy for this one?
I'll kind of just assess the conditions. I think the tide's dropping out. Yeah, and just go for it. I mean, there's nothing to hold back now. It's finals day, so just give it everything.
And what happened with your surfboard that you decided to change? Tell us a little bit about it.
I started out on the 6-3. The judges are really rewarding, like big single maneuvers. Also, if you can combo them, great. So I took out my slightly bigger board, and then on my wave, it wasn't as big as I expected out there. So then came back down to 6.2.5, even though it's only half an inch, it does make a big difference.
You need to be ready for everything. Congratulations. Thank you so much.